Hey guys, what's going on? It's Born Midget, and this is another episode of Destiny: The Road to All Exotics. In this episode, we're going over the No Time to Explain exotic gun. So it's similar to Black Spindle, where you have to go into a story mission and go into a heroic mode, but it's similar to where you collect ghosts. Like if you're so familiar with the trophies in Destiny, you have to collect some dead ghosts. So in this mission, there are three memories or ghosts you have to collect, and once you collect the first ghost, you cannot wipe at all. So make sure you are good at the game first off. So once you collect the ghost, you cannot wipe or be on the screen where the darkness consumed you. So it will be helpful if you're with a couple of friends. So once you enter the Vault of Glass, just go into this secret area. If you're familiar with the raid, just go in here, and you'll be able to get the first ghost. It'll be quite difficult for some warlocks and hunters, but for titans, it's also like pretty easy. So just practice jump, and the first ghost is right over here. So make sure you follow the path in this video to where you get to the next part. So once you pick up the first ghost, just follow this path and you'll be on to the next part where you are in the Templar area and you have to fight off the Taken. So remember, once you pick up the first ghost, you cannot wipe at all, so make sure you know what to do at all times and make sure you do not die from any fall damage or like jump off the map by accident. So what I did here was help my friend Jeebus get the No Time to Explain, so he can get it, and I already got it, but this is on another character, so I can record footage for this. So if my voice is kind of like all like groggy and sad in this video, that's because like I just like woke up and I'm like kind of feeling sick, but I'm kind of not. But just remember, just follow the path of this video and remember to time your jumps wisely. So if you're a hunter, remember to like stop your jumps whenever there's a big fall, because there are going to be many big falls. So for a hunter and titan, you'll be have a pretty easy time, but for warlocks, it's kind of tricky jumps. So make sure you can practice your jumps before getting in here, or have a friend so you don't wipe necessarily. So if Says was by himself, and since he fell on accident, then that and after he got the first ghost, that means he had to start all over again and go back to the start of the mission and restart it and get the first ghost again. So once you make it out here, you're gonna start the mission like normally, and you have to fight out the Taken. So once you're done with that, you have to fight out Taken and just finish that part of the mission. And in here, after you're finished with that part, you have to go into the secret area on the left side of the entrance and go into this hole right here. So just go into this hole, crouch down, and make your way down towards the bottom of the pit. Just follow the path like normal. So like I said, just follow the path of the video. Go through this. Once you're in this like area here, just go through this dark area, this dark crevice in this area. It's kind of hard to see, but you'll find it eventually. It's right down here. Then there's gonna be a couple big drops leading to the second ghost. So in this area, just watch out for your jumps. So make sure you time it right so you don't get any fall damage when going down. So make your way down, and you should be in an area where you could see for your second ghost. You should be in an area where you could see. You have the option of going straight ahead or going up. So just there'll be a couple drops like later. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So there are a bunch of drops as you can see. So it's good to like know you time your jump so you don't take any fall damage. Like I said, just keep going down. And once you get up in here, you will look at this area right here. So there will be a light up, like if you see this area like where I paused right now, there will be like a light up area. So get through this tunnel and you will see something where on the wall, like a pillar, where it's going to be like a flashlight or whatever, like that right there, over there, right there. You just have to go up on top of the pillar instead of just going straight ahead. So just make your way up and make your way up to where you're in a little cave area. So once you're in this area and it says Templar as well, just look to the left and you'll see the second ghost right over here. Alright, so once you get the second ghost, you will be able to go towards the exotic chest area where you are in the Vault of Glass. So if you don't know where it is, just continue following the path. You will have a lot of drops down, so remember to time your jump so you don't take any fall damage, like I said. So just keep going forward, and you will eventually get to the point where you're continuing the story mission, and you're in the bottom in the Gorgon's maze. So follow the path. Remember, there are like a ton of drops, so around 3 drops around this area. So this is like the second drop right now, and straight ahead is the next and should be final drop, if I'm not mistaken. So this is going to be a long drop, so make sure you can time your jumps wisely. And if you're in solo, remember, try not to die, or don't die, because if you do die, then you have to necessarily start over from the beginning. So if you have multiple people, if you do die, don't worry, just don't wipe at all, and you should be fine. So continue on to this maze, or this drops. Oh, actually, there are a couple little drops over here, and yeah, a couple small drops, but they're like around 3 big drops. And once you get to this area right here, you should be outside in the bottom of the Gorgon's maze. So, oh, actually, there's another drop. So that's the final drop, and you should be at the bottom of the Gorgon's maze. This is where the exotic chest is, right there. I'm shooting at, and after you get that, then you should go straight ahead. And like I said, you should be at the bottom of the Gorgon's maze, right over here. So once you've done that, just continue on to a mission where you kill the Blinded Mind. So in this area, we kill the Blinded Mind. So here you have to go to the next place where, uh, as like I said, if you're familiar with the raid, the Vault of Glass raid, you have to go to the next area where Atheon would be, where the jumping puzzle would be. So if you retrace your steps back to the beginning of the Gorgon's maze, then if you remember from the Vault of Glass raid where to go to Atheon and where to avoid the area, so right here, I would retrace my steps from the beginning and go, because I know where you, right in the Vault of Glass, where you go towards this big rock, and it should be around the corner. Where if you see this little pillar right here sticking down, and you see there's an opening in the wall, it's kind of hard to see. So pull out your ghost if you are having trouble, or turn your brightness up on your TV or the game settings. So it should be on that area where like the little campfire is, like a blue campfire, and you should be crouched around that area, and you should enter the next part where you're on the jumping puzzle. So instead of going straight towards the jumping puzzle towards Atheon's area, you have to go towards the left and into like a cave area where you have to take another leap of faith, and it's a cave area, and then you get the third ghost. Remember, once you get the third ghost, then you don't have to necessarily worry about wiping. So just don't wipe in between where you get the first and third ghost. So during the whole mission, you can't wipe until you get the third ghost. So once you're at the jumping puzzle, make your way to the left and into this little cave over here. And there will be one more drop you have to do to get the third ghost. So make your way towards the cave, through the cave, and then there should be an opening right outside to the right. So right up here, and you have to drop down. This is the final drop, and you have to drop down right onto that platform to the right next to the wall. So if you don't know where it is, just try to drop down close to the wall, make your way up, and make sure you time your jump so you don't take any fall damage. And once you're down there, there's a little cave in there, and that is your third and final ghost. And that's basically it. So once you're done that, the portal should open on the opposite side where you have just jumped down from the last drop. So make your way there. There's a little jumping puzzle just like the Vault of Glass. So just make your way there. And Warlocks, just be careful where time your jumps. And there will be a middle platform where it doesn't disappear. So it'll be a nice like checkpoint. So remember where the platforms are and where you can go, or where you can like estimate your jumps. So over here, I was trying to make it over to the portal right away, but I kind of messed up because I didn't know if my jump would make it up, so I kind of backtracked a little, and I luckily made it in time. And if you're on a fire team and one person couldn't make it, as long as one person makes it to the portal, everybody teleports to the area where you face the final boss of the mission. So here, a bunch of Taken will spawn, a couple 5 Vex taken, and all you have to do is fight the blighted mind, or actually Taken Minotaur. So once you've done that, this area will open up, and there will be a chest in here located with Praetord's ghosts. So once you're done with the mission and killing Taken Zealot, collect the chest. You'll get probably a legendary engram and a cult ghost. So once you get the cult ghost, go back to the tower and go back to Future War Cult and to turn in the cult ghost to Lakshmi, and that's basically the first step. The next step, you have to wait till reset for the next step of the No Time to Explain quest. So come back at reset, and there should be an indication that Lakshmi has something for you. And the next step should be to donate to the faction. You have to pledge this faction for the next step to actually work. So pledge the faction, and you have to earn reputation with Future War Cult. So it's around 1,000 reputation. So if you have 50 motes of light, that's equal to 1,000 reputation. So give them the reputation, 1,000 reputation, which shouldn't be that hard. and it should be the next step where you should fight a Taken Minotaur and get a piece. So it could be any Taken Minotaur, it could be a major, it could be an ultra from like a Taken Zealot event. Here I went into the Crota's end raid and actually a bunch of Taken Minotaur spawn in. So it was at the end where you had to fend off with the Taken, waiting for Eris Morn to teleport you. So there could be a couple of Taken Minotaurs, there'll be majors, so as long as you take them out, you'll be able to collect the items. So in this area right here, I got the item as soon as I killed him right there. Oh, wait. As soon as I killed him right there, I got the simulation core. So once you get the simulation core, go to your inventory and you should shatter it, and that should activate the next step of the quest where you have to talk to Lakshmi again in the tower. So go back to the tower and talk to Lakshmi again, and she should have the next step to the quest, which is to kill Atheon. So you don't have to do this on hard, or you can do this on any difficulty. So just complete the Vault of Glass raid and kill Atheon. So go get a bunch of your friends. It'll be easy with your 1 weapons, or your 2 weapons actually, so don't worry. If you have a Sleeper Simulator, you can actually get Atheon or kill Atheon in 1 damage cycle. So in this instance, we got all 6 of our party members, and one of our party members got a Sleeper Sim, and use Tether on it, because you instantly get Tether right away once you enter the bubble. So we were able to take him down in 1 damage cycle. So as soon as you kill him, you get the Eye of Atheon. It's a guaranteed drop, so you don't have to worry about like that myth-class bullshit. So once you get the Eye of Atheon, it's like the simulation core. Go back to your inventory and shatter it. So press square on it to shatter it, and you should unlock the next step of the quest, which is again talk to Lakshmi. So go back to the tower, back to Future War Cult, and Lakshmi should have the next step of the quest, which is to go to Twilight Gap, which is a Crucible map. So go back into orbit and go select the Cosmodrome, and it should be a new area where you can be able to enter it. So once you get there to Twilight Gap, you'll be in an area where you're supposed to find a chest, and there are a bunch of pools of light. The reason why there's a bunch of pools of light because you are marked by the shadow of Oryx. And my advice for trying to get the chest is follow the pools of light, because you do spawn at the opposite side of the map of where the chest spawns. So, for example, I spawned near A flag, and so I had to make my way towards C flag, so I followed the pools of light, and the chest was around that area. The chest doesn't spawn in the same place that it spawns for me, so it might spawn differently for you. But just remember, follow the pools of light, and it should lead you into the right direction. So I'm about to make my way towards the chest right over here. Should be close by. It was near C flag, so right next to C flag, so that's okay. So once you get the chest, then this step of the quest is done, and the next step is to talk to the Future War Cult person, Lakshmi, at the tower again. So once you talk to her, she is telling you to go to the Black Gardens, and it is a new mission, and this mission is pretty hard, so I recommend getting a friend or 2 with you. It's okay if you can solo it, it's fine, but it is around a 290 light recommended activity, so it will be pretty hard. So at least if you have at least 1 friend, then it will be pretty easy. So all you gotta do once you get towards the Black Garden is to make sure, just kill all the ads, and your anger will, there will be a stat where you're supposed to anger the groundskeeper of the Black Garden. So once you hit 100%, the groundskeeper or like an ultra will spawn at the end, or where the entrance of the Black Garden is. So if you're familiar to the Undying Mind strike, so in the beginning of the Undying Mind strike, you're located inside the chamber where you killed like the final boss of the base game. So the ultra of the groundskeeper in the Black Garden will spawn at the top of the area where that is. So once you hit 100%, he will be able to show up, but once your 100% will go back down, because every time you kill something, it will either increase it, so killing a Minotaur will increase it by a set percent, and with time the percent will decrease. So whenever your percentage is under 100%, the groundskeeper will disappear, and you have to kill more ads to keep the percentage up, so the groundskeeper will spawn back in. So in this instance, we just focus fire on the groundskeeper because there are a bunch of Minotaur instantly spawning. So just focus fire on him, and you should be able to kill him right away. It was kind of weird because in this instance, the groundskeeper kind of disappeared on me just out of nowhere. And you see here, I'm like pretty low health. I have my super, and all of a sudden pop the super.
and all of a sudden just boom, disappeared. I don't know why. I think he has a skill where he teleports, but eventually he just spawns back in whenever it's glitched out like that. I don't know if it's a glitch or like a mechanic of his skill, but whenever you kill him, that's the end of the mission, and all you gotta do is go back to the tower one last time and talk to Lakshmi too for future war cults. So that's basically it. So go talk to her, and you finally get No Time to Explain after all that. So she just gives you the gun, and it's a pretty good gun. It's a pretty like unique gun. It's like very good, like unique and new, unique and new. It's a new gun, unique and new. It's a new gun, totally different. This is a new gun in Destiny. New exotic. Innovation. Innovation at its finest. Totally new gun. It's innovative. Later, guys.